Good morning, everybody. It's 11:07 a.m. This is Jared Lacey, and I'm back. Um, Before I get started, I want to let everybody know, all my friends on Facebook, to know that if I neglected anybody, I do apologize. It was not my intent. I've been quite busy with my projects, and if anything doesn't come of these projects, I'm very happy to say that I will be extremely ecstatic that I actually took the time to do research and work hard on trying to make a dream come true. Um, but I did stick around to make sure that, well, I did come around to come around. I did take the time to check my emails for birthday acknowledgments, and of course, I could. For those who know me, I love birthdays. I love acknowledging people's birthdays, and I'm glad that I was able to do that for my friends on Facebook. Um, as I said again, I've been quite busy, and I've been reading quite a bit, and for those and for those whose books that I'm reading right now, I am very rueful that I'm not able to finish my critique of them, but I am going as fast as I can, and I will get back to you as time avails itself. With that being said, um, let's get to it. I'm not going to be reading one of my poems today, but I do have something special. I'm going to be reading three poems from a feature poet that has become a recent favorite of mine. Let me give you a bit of a backstory. About 4 weeks ago, I was at the library and I did what I like to call an errant pick. Even though I'm busy with a lot of things, including my projects, I do try to make time to read new authors or author I've heard before, but I've never read. That includes novels, poetry, etc., etc. I was in the poetry section, and I decided I just started just going through the poetry books, and I just errantly picked this book in particular kind of stuck out to me. It had a neon edge, and it had the word lemon on it. I guess you can call it an edge, but and at first glance, and seeing the word lemon, I thought it was the spoken word poet Lemon, who is absolutely extraordinary. So I mean, and if it was him, I wouldn't read him because I've read some of his poetry before, but I was just checking to see if this was a new book of his. Well, I pulled it out, and lo and behold, it was not. Lemon is the surname of Alex Lemon, the poet. And I said, well, okay, I've never heard of this guy before. So I opened the book and flipped through some of the pages and read a few of the poems, and found that I really liked them. This guy, how I describe Alex Lemon's poems, and Alex, if you're listening, I hope I'm doing this justice. I describe Mr. Lemon's poems as well written, true to life, all too American, with sprigs of humor and pop culture. No, that's the best way I can. That's my best definition of Alex Lemon's poetry. Uh, Let me give you a little bit of information on Alex before I go further. Let's see. Alex Lemon was born, on January 1978, and I can't believe he is younger than I am. Let's see. He is the author of he's the author of, I think, 3 books of poems, and then he has a memoir. Those books are, let me look at my notes here, make sure I have everything right. Let's see, ranging from 2006 to 2010. Let's see, the first book of poetry is entitled Mosquito. The second book of poetry is entitled Hallelujah Blackout. And of course, we have Fancy Beasts, which is the name of the book that I pulled from my public library shelf, Fancy Beasts. And of course, he has a book entitled Happy, a Memoir. I really enjoyed the poems in the book. They struck a chord with me, the proverbial chord, and I basically just had fun reading it. I laughed. The book was I was just enamored by the fact that I was hypnotized because he talked about a lot of things that I could relate to. And I'm sure that anybody who reads the book could find something to relate to. Let's see. Again, let's see, and Alex, let's see, Mr. Lemon is, he lives in, he resides, excuse me, in Fort Worth, Texas. He teaches at Texas Christian University. He won the 2005 Literature and Poetry from the National Endowments for the Arts. Very impressive. Let's see, he's a frequent contributor to the Bloomsbury Review, and he's the co-editor of Luna, which is a journal of poetry and translation, and I hope I have that right. And please, again, Mr. Lemon, correct me if I'm wrong, if in detailing your resume here. Let me. Before wait, I'm gonna get a little ahead of myself. Sorry about that, and please forgive my nervousness. And I'm going to post this as is. About 4 weeks ago. Wait, I think I already said that. Well, okay. Let's just go back to where I was. Okay. I read Fancy Beast, loved it, and I wanted, there were 3 particular poems in the book that I really liked, and I neglected to write these poems down because I wanted to recite them on my, and post them on my blog. So I turned the book back in without doing so. And then a short time after that, I went to go check the book out again. But I found out that the book was lost in transit. None of the librarians at my local library knows what happened. It was lost in transit. They have no idea what happened. And I was a little distraught by that. Before that, Mr. Lemon and I had a little brief exchanged brief messages via Twitter, and I told him how much I liked this book and how much I wanted to recite the 3 poems that I liked from said book, Fancy Beasts. And he was totally okay with it, and he was looking forward to it. So then I had to go right back and tell him, oh, I'm sorry, I won't be able to do it because the book was lost. Well, not very long after that, Mr. Lemon sent me an email. Sent me a message saying, asking for my address. Now, I instantly thought it was my home address, so I sent him that. But then I thought, well, am I being a little too presumptuous, So I sent him a message back saying, expressing my apologies and just giving him my email address because I thought that's what he wanted. But it turns out my home address was what he wanted. And guess what? Mr. Lemon sent me a copy of the book that was lost to my local library. Here it is, Fancy Beasts. And forgive me, I have a light in front of me, which is creating a blind spot. But after a little adjustment, here we are, Fancy Beasts. 2 squirrels at the bottom of it. But this is a great book of poetry, and I like it a lot. And from here, I'm going to recite the 3 poems that I like. And again, please forgive my nervousness. All right, let's begin. The first poem I'm going to read from this book is entitled Beautification Campaign. Beautification Campaign. Liposuction for everyone who can recite the Pledge of Allegiance. Lip gloss, lead press-on nails arrive weekly in the mail. The turkey is always fat-free, and the cottage cheese is nothing but protein. Helicopters drop leaflets, but in truth, no one understands the food pyramid. And so, I'm inconsolable. I can't get rid of these love handles. The woman in the radio tells me to eat more hearts of palm, but I don't know what they look like. Bundles of skin-tight tracksuits are thrown on each stoop like the morning paper, and I think gastric bypass is the answer for me. I stay up late and cut out coupons for Botox injections, but there's no money left, so I whiten my teeth with bleach. I toss and turn in the middle of the night, listening to wide-awake Sammy rifle through the trash outside. He doesn't sleep, and I can't stop thinking about my love handles. When I turn the kitchen light on, I can see him out there, filling his bag with recyclables, his belly with whatever drops from the half-empty cans. At the table, I fondle my love handles and tell the cat that I'm not afraid of science. Cut 'em right off me and feed 'em to the dogs. But I have to admit, I've been disappointed. You can't taste the range in those free-range hogs. I say, let all of the beef be beef-fed. I want night vision after eating a plate of salmon. Let the teats of cows drip with the sweetest honey. I want my baby spinach made with real 100% baby. That's an interesting one. The second poem from this book I'm going to read is entitled Redux. After you find your body floating down the river, pluck leaves from the armpit and decide to put it back on. Sheets of rain upflame the shore water. Branches bend, fingertipping the brown murk. I will kiss all of the sincerity off of you. Polish your eyelids with hot breath, the incessant fever of a survivor of the potato famine. Let me be your guiding fright, your highway to the comfort zone. On the bridge above, no one knows what to do about the busted levees, but everyone is comfortable, surrounded by all the crap they bought yesterday at Walmart. A fault line zigzags through town. The default setting is one more, please. It is yes, one more helping. We planned to help, but forgot which day the innocent criminal was being put to death. We pretend to read the newspaper to the blind because we never learned to read. Grossly overestimate how much we need to sleep. If there really is a beginning, and then an everlasting struggle to know the unknowable, the tunnel at the other end will open on Thursday, and a drop need to see it all differently, will crack the bar each time someone strikes the 8 ball, because you are so sad. I will give up my love for Lucifer. Wow, powerful. The final poem, which is my absolute favorite in this book, although I do have others, but the previous two were very good, is entitled Dear Dysentery. And when the piano drops on you, it's like, wow, this is all there is? Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. But because you've never been all that good at telling time, you're early, and no one's there to let you in. The note on the pearly gate says, back in a jiffy. Now you've got 5 seconds. Take your pick. And as you read, you feel yourself being torn asunder. Because now you have a bit more dying to do. The stopwatch in your chest counts down as your options clarify in the air in front of you. Another pull on the bungle juice or a leap from the roof. That's all there is. There's not even time to bitch that it isn't fair. You've only got 4 seconds left, and only now, just today, you found out that humpback whales can sing rhyming tunes for 22 straight hours, 22 goddamn hours. It's haunting how right everyone else has been. The monkey on your back, the cake on the clown's nose. From the gospel down to the extraordinary depth of Barry White's voice. But you've known it from the beginning. Those words lullabied to you by a nurse. The day after the day you shot your way out of the womb and burst into the world's healing light. We are all history. And that's the way the ball bounces, little G. I like this one. This was well thought out. I love this one from every end. And I'm sorry that I stumbled there in the beginning. Mr. Lemon, and I hope I did your poems justice. I really, again, like this book so much. I suggest to those who are listening to this, if you're either on my blog or via YouTube, because I will also post this on YouTube, as I always do, I do recommend this book. It's an excellent read. Again, it is entitled Fancy Beasts, again by Alex Lemon. Fancy Beasts. Look for the two squirrels at the bottom there, black background. And the title is backed in squiggly pink. And also check out his other books. Again, Mosquito, Hallelujah, Blackout, and Happy, a memoir. I reiterate, Mosquito, Hallelujah, Blackout, and Happy, a memoir. I will be back next week. Again, if you have questions about the poems that I read, I will be more than happy to answer those the best way I can. And again, Mr. Lemon, thank you so much for this awesome book. And if you have any questions, please feel free to to ask and critique my recitation of the poems that I nervously read today. I should have prepared myself better, but I'm going to post this as is. And again, I will see you guys next week. Jared is out.